topic of the conference was called resonance in dance, let's say very broadly. And there is this concept that I thought is actually quite interesting if we have this a little bit in mind, because we can perfectly use Khaita as a method to kind of like, how to say, embody this theory. And so there's this guy who is called Hartmut Rosa. He's a sociologist from Germany, actually. And he became quite famous in the last years because he defined this term resonance. And so resonance is, how to say, a little bit the relationship between us and the world and other human beings and other beings in general. So like how we create this relationship. And I found this very interesting if we consider this a little bit for Khaita, because what he says is, for example, the conviction that the quality of a human life and of social conditions cannot be measured simply according to available options and resources, but rather requires examining the relationship to the world that shapes said life. And then he continues saying that somehow is not about what we have, but is about how we shape these relationships. So he speaks about successful or unsuccessful relationships to the world. And then he says the concept of a difference between successful and unsuccessful relationships to the world are defined neither by the relative abundance of resources and opportunities, nor by one's share of the world, but by the degree to which one is connected with and open to other people and things. And then he puts a question mark because he's saying it like, is it really like this? And then he continues and he says, well, actually it is like this. It's about really the connection that we have between us and as individuals and other beings, the outside world. And I think this is quite nicely connecting to Khaita. I always put this quote here of the Dalai Lama where he speaks about joy or happiness within us. And remember, Khaita is called Joyful Dances. So the Dalai Lama, and this is, of course, he says this in many ways, but basically what he's saying is that the ultimate source of happiness is within us. It's not money, it's not power, it's not status. Exactly what Rosa is saying, no? It's not the what we have, but how we relate. And he says, so this is the Dalai Lama, outward attainment will not bring real inner joyfulness. We must look inside. Sadly, many of the things that undermine our joy and happiness, we create ourselves. Often it comes from the negative tendency of the mind, emotional reactivity, or from our inability to appreciate and utilize the resources that exist within us. And then he continues saying that we cannot control the suffering from natural disasters, or yes, natural disasters, but we can always control somehow our own emotional reactivity. So somehow we are in charge of the qualities of the relationship that we have with the world. And I think one of the things, just to remind you, I know we all know this, for this reason we are here together. One of the qualities that we have in Khaita is, first of all, this like inner joyfulness that we can all cultivate, but also the point of collaboration. Because when we dance, we in a sense resonate with other beings, no? Like we collaborate. Now we are in a virtual space, but somehow we are all connected. So this creates a relationship between us. This is a successful relationship, we could say.